Here is a historical summary of Fremont, California, adhering to the specified requirements. Fremont, California, a historical summary. Pre-European contact, 1769, the area now known as Fremont was inhabited by the Ohlone people, specifically the Chochenyo linguistic group. They lived in small, localized villages and practiced a hunter-gatherer lifestyle. Their culture was deeply connected to the natural environment, relying on the abundant resources of the bay and surrounding hills. Shellmounds, archaeological evidence of their long habitation, were prominent features of the landscape. 1769 to 1846, Spanish and Mexican periods. In 1769, the Spanish Portola expedition entered the area, marking the beginning of European influence. Mission San José was founded in 1797, significantly impacting the Ohlone population through forced labor, conversion, and disease. The Ohlone culture was drastically disrupted and diminished during this period. Following Mexican independence in 1821, the area became part of Alta California. Large land grants, or ranchos, were awarded to prominent families, including Rancho Agua, Caliente and Rancho Potrero de los Cerritos. These ranchos were primarily dedicated to cattle ranching. 1846 to 1900, American period and early development. The Bear Flag Revolt and the subsequent Mexican-American War in 1846 to 1848 led to the annexation of California by the United States. Leland Stanford acquired land in the area, establishing a vineyard and winery, later known as the Stanford Winery. The arrival of the railroad in the late 19th century spurred some economic growth, primarily in agriculture. Several small towns and settlements emerged, including Mission San José, Centerville, Niles, Irvington, and Warm Springs, each with its distinct identity and economy. These communities remained largely agrarian, focusing on fruit orchards, vegetable farming, and some manufacturing related to agricultural products. 1900 to 1956, consolidation and limited growth. The early 20th century saw slow and steady development in the area. The communities retained their individual characteristics. Niles became known for its early film industry presence, attracting some production companies. Agriculture remained the dominant economic activity. The population remained relatively small and dispersed across the various unincorporated communities. The effects of the Great Depression were felt locally, impacting agricultural production and employment. World War II brought some changes with increased industrial activity in nearby areas impacting the local economy. 1956, 1970s, incorporation and suburban expansion. In 1956, the 5 towns of Mission San José, Centerville, Niles, Irvington, and Warm Springs voted to incorporate, forming the city of Fremont. This consolidation was driven by the desire to create a unified political entity to address issues like infrastructure development, planning, and to compete with other growing cities in the region. The Avail.